Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood, and I'm here to review John Philip Bencourt's continuing blog series, The Return of Dark Shadows, Series 11, Chapter 8, The Reckoning. And you have David who comes down the steps, and he's really thinking about Dominique and the encounter he had with her, and about, their daughter, who he's never met. She gave him a picture of her of their daughter. So, to recap, Dominique and David have a kid together. Obviously, this was before Dominique died. I do want to explain that. I'm sure you guys already know that, but I'm just refreshing. Um, and he's really, his mindset is on Dominique, their daughter India, who he has yet to meet, and Soybahan. Soybahan, who is his wife, who he loves very much, who's the adopted daughter of Barnabas Collins and Julia Hoffman. she he can't help but think, how does he tell her? How does he tell her? So when he goes into the drawing room and he sees Maggie and Carolyn sitting in there having some coffee, and they offer him some, and they hear Baby John, which is David and Soybahan's son. And Maggie goes up and checks because her son Sebastian is watching the baby. Um, so when she leaves the drawing room, and it gives David and Carolyn a chance to talk, and for him to show her baby, baby India, or no, sorry, not baby India, I'm thinking of Baby John, but the picture of India, and you know, Carolyn says, looks like mom. It looks like her mother Elizabeth, and which is David's aunt. And again, David just can't help, how do I tell Soybahan? How do I tell, And here, after all this fuss with the baby and stuff, with Baby John, Sebastian and Maggie, you know, he does now. David didn't know where Soybahan went. He, was at work, where didn't even say goodbye. And I'm gonna get into Soybahan here in a moment. You have this moment where it's finally revealed. Maggie reveals to David and Carolyn that Maggie contacted Lucas Granger, and they've been trying to help Barnabas move on into the after, make contact with him. And I can't say I blame David for and Carolyn's reaction. They lose their shit. Um, just despite, there's just a lot of history with Barnabas Collins, in general, especially with David, especially with Carolyn, Maggie. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to yell it. But there's just a lot of history. So, they're flipping out at her, and she finally reveals there that Soybahan, Lucas Granger, and Serena are at the old house. They're going to try to make contact with Barnabas. And what Maggie believes is to be move Barnabas to the other side. So does Serena. Now, here's where I want to get into Soybahan, because I think, and this is something I really should have touched upon in my last couple of videos. that I really feel I missed out on that opportunity, and I wish I wouldn't have. So I'm going to make up for it here. These past couple chapters, why, you know, everybody has been trying to move forward with the whole Barnabas thing, and even Soybahan to a degree. But I feel that Soybahan just could not move on because of the bad will between her husband David and her adopted father Barnabas. She truly does love Barnabas. Even though she's not Julia Hoffman's actual daughter biologically, she's very much Julia in many ways too, because she defends Barnabas literally to the death. I mean, literally, this woman, Soybahan, defends Barnabas's name at every turn, and you really felt this tension between her and David. In a previous chapter in this series, and it's hard to believe this is almost over. I'm gonna lose my mind. Um, but so there's been a lot of tension between just not just Soybahan and David, but everybody with Soybahan has just been, they're bad mouthing her dad, they're bad mouthing her dad, they're bad, and say what you want, about Barnabas, if that were your father and you felt you should defend him because he raised you, you're going to defend him, and she damn well has been defending him, not just again with David, but with everybody else. So I think she just finally had enough of it and just, broke, just especially in this chapter. She just, what? I'm not saying she said this in it, but it's like, fuck you all, almost to a degree, because she really, again, it's just people have been constantly, pushing on her about how awful her father is. So finally, she gives some pushback, and then I completely understand that. I could see that, and why not? So, they get to the old house, and Soybahan, Lucas Granger, and Serena are, they set everything up, and they do make contact. Here's where I get, this was really intense, and this is where I went, wow, because I was not expecting this out of Soybahan. And I think this here just goes to show, she really was fed up with everybody just bad mouthing Barnabas. She really was just fed up with having to hear how people badmouthed her dad. I don't think, again, is she wrong for trying to throw Serena into the void? Now, she doesn't throw Serena into the void. What happens is Dominique actually throws her in the void, which is holy shit, And it brings Barnabas out, and he freaking bites Lucas Granger like there's no tomorrow and drains him of his blood, killing him because he needs blood. By this time, David, you know, they've all walked through the door. David, Maggie, Sebastian, they've all walked through the Carolyn. They've all walked through the door, and it's like, oh my god! And here's Barnabas. Oh hello, like it's not like it's no big deal. Like it's just another day in the goddamn neighborhood. That's what I loved about that. That's where I was like, yeah, that sounds. Why not? You know what I mean? Like why not? Why not? It's just another day in the neighborhood. or in this case, it's just another day in Collinsport for us. Um, which I love. That was so just smooth and just after, oh hell, no big deal, right? That was incredible. I'll tell you what, I enjoyed that the sequence there again. Listen, the setting. I've enjoyed the settings of these stories as well because it just he takes you there. The writer takes you there, and that's important too. I wasn't expecting Dominique to take that drastic of a step. I think a lot of this was just unexpected. Soy Bahan being the way she was, even though it was built up, of not necessarily. I'm not saying she was built up to be like vengeful or vicious. I think more fed up is a word I'm looking for. She was literally fed up with everybody just downing her dad. And in my reader's perspective, I think she more did what she did was to get answers for herself from him. In my opinion. And again, I want to stress that is my full-fledged opinion. Very much so. So I don't want people to think, oh, wait, is this fact? Well, it's opinion, so, just saying. But yeah, again, I love the Dominique being a spirit was again that still shocks me. So again, it's all great. It's just amazing. So again, I think that's my when I said wow, that's what I'm wowing. Like again, she's fed up. She's frustrated. Soy Bahan, and I just was not expecting all this. Even though, again, it it's built there. It's there. Like go, especially not just this chapter or this series, not just series 11, series 10 and 11. Really, she has put up with a lot of shit from everybody downing her dad. And that's what I'll say is she's put up with a lot of shit. And I think on series 9 too. But series, so really, I should have seen this coming. That's my finger pointing at the writer. But no, this is what it is. When you have all these other interesting characters and John Philip Bencourt has pulled a trick play on us. No, sleight of hand like a good magician. Like, oh, here, over here. Here's my right hand. Up, oh, you're not seeing what the left is doing. Um, very, very, very well done. But it is there. I mean, Soy Bahan, not through 9 and 10, really gets pushed hard. And again, not just by David, and I want to stress that, but by everybody else about how her father is. And, I think she's just honestly had enough of it. And she just broke, really, from a standpoint of she's fed up with them just trashing her dad. And I think she was wanting answers from him specifically. And that's why she wanted to do what she did. I don't. Again, she didn't mean to go into the void. That was Dominique's situation. Dominique's doing. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. What's next? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. John's a magician. Uh, he certainly is. Um, Damn good one too. Really, really good. Again, because listen, there's a lot of characters in this whole thing. And even though I read this like 3 times, I'm thinking, I know I missed something. What did I always miss? And now when I was reading today's for like the 3rd time, I'm like, son of a bitch. I missed soy behind it was right in front of my face. like, like that's what I kept missing. Like, God damn it. All right, guys. Hope you have a good one. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, guys, November 4th is the last uh, chapter of this blog. Well, not the. Well, we'll talk about that when I bring John on. But I'll be bringing John Philip Betancourt, who's the writer of this blog, back on November 10th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so don't mess up the day or time. God, I'm getting old. But hey, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.